Tsunoda and Ricciardo reportedly fumes as rumors swirl about Red Bull's lineup. There's a new rumor about Christian Horner's situation every day, with tensions rising within Red Bull ownership. Despite controversies, the Thai side remains steadfast in supporting Horner, but this stance might come with consequences. Tensions are running high, with Tsunoda and Ricciardo caught in the middle and names like Piastri and Albon being tossed around. So, let's dive into this video today to uncover all the latest developments and see what's really going on behind the scenes at Red Bull. Red Bull is considering hiring 2 drivers if Max Verstappen decides to leave the Formula One team because of the Christian Horner scandal. The scandal involving Horner has been causing a lot of attention at the beginning of the 2024 season, and it doesn't seem like it will end quietly or quickly. A female Red Bull employee accused Horner of inappropriate behavior, and she plans to appeal the case. Max Verstappen might leave Red Bull, especially after his father Jos hinted at it. Verstappen has been with Red Bull for the last 3 championships, but there are rumors about him leaving, especially because he has a clause in his contract allowing him to leave if Helmut Marko, a key person in the team, departs. During the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, there were talks about Red Bull suspending Marko due to leaks related to the Horner investigation. However, Marko, who is 80 years old, later said this was false. Verstappen hinted to Red Bull that he might leave if Marko departs. Meanwhile, Horner has acknowledged that he wouldn't stop Verstappen from leaving if he chooses to do so. If Verstappen does leave, his main option seems to be Mercedes. Mercedes is seeking a replacement for Sir Lewis Hamilton, who is moving to Ferrari. Toto Wolff, the boss at Mercedes, expressed his eagerness to sign Verstappen. Reports from F1 insiders suggest that Red Bull is prepared with a backup plan if Verstappen decides to leave. Horner is willing to spend a lot of money to sign 2 drivers, Alex Albon from Williams and Oscar Piastri from McLaren. Additionally, Verstappen's current teammate, Sergio Perez, is likely to be replaced when his contract ends this year. Alex Albon, currently 27, is contracted to Williams until 2025. He previously drove for Red Bull for a season and a half before being replaced by Perez. Although he struggled compared to Verstappen back then, Albon has shown improvement since and is being tentatively linked with the available seat at Mercedes. Meanwhile, Piastri, aged 22, had an outstanding debut season in 2023 and is already considered one of the most talented drivers on the grid. He is committed to McLaren until 2026. Horner has expressed regret over not enlisting him in Red Bull's academy before. If this report is accurate, it suggests that Red Bull would be surprisingly ignoring other drivers currently on its roster, such as Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda from Red Bull Racing and the promising reserve driver Liam Lawson. However, everything hinges on whether Verstappen decides to leave. At the moment, Verstappen, who has been with the team since 2016, hopes that things will return to normal soon. I always said that what is most important is that we work together as a team and that everyone keeps the peace. And that's what we, I think, all agree on within the team, he remarked after his victory in Saudi Arabia. So, hopefully, from now onwards, that is also fully the case, and everyone is trying to focus in the same direction. And I think the positive out of all this is that it didn't hurt our performances, so it's a very strong team. I think also mentally, you can see from not only the driver's side, but also mechanics, engineers, everyone is there to do their job. And I think everyone, even when there is stuff going on or whatever, like they're just very focused on their job as they should be. Newey is of greater importance at Red Bull than Verstappen. According to reports, the Thai owners of Red Bull place a higher value on the technical expertise of Adrian Newey than on Max Verstappen's role in the team. They are confident that Newey will remain with the team as he has expressed his desire. Should Verstappen decide to leave, there is already a plan in motion. The team is reportedly considering Oscar Piastri and Alexander Albon as potential replacements. Despite both drivers being under contract with their current teams, the Thai owner believes that these contracts can be terminated with a significant financial offer. Additionally, both Piastri and Albon have strong connections to the Austrian racing stable, with Mark Webber, an ex-Red Bull driver, managing Piastri and Albon, having previously driven for Red Bull. Verstappen himself has stated that he has no intentions of leaving his current team. He reiterated this stance during a media event in Jeddah. As long as he continues to perform well and the team provides him with a competitive car, it seems likely that Verstappen will fulfill his contract with Red Bull. However, he also emphasized that the future is unpredictable and circumstances may change unexpectedly. Albon, Red Bull's trump card. With McLaren recently finalizing its 2025 lineup alongside Mercedes, including Norris, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell under contract, it seems settled unless any unexpected changes occur. The only top teams with open spots are Red Bull and Ferrari, as Perez and Carlos Sainz's futures remain unconfirmed. However, Sainz has two options at Ferrari, staying with the team or preparing for a move to Audi, which will enter Stake F1 in 2026. If Sainz opts to stay with Ferrari, Red Bull faces a dilemma if Perez continues to struggle. Initially, their top choice for replacement would likely have been Norris. However, with Norris out of contention, the decision may come down to Albon or Daniel Ricciardo. Considering the performance of both drivers over the past 2 seasons, Albon seems to be the stronger candidate, potentially causing a chain reaction across the grid. If Albon were to depart, Williams would likely have an available slot, possibly looking for an experienced driver since Logan Sargent, if retained, would still be relatively new in his 3rd season. Replacing Albon would create a gap, but both Aston Martin drivers, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll, seem unlikely to leave. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon also have uncertain futures. With his connections to Williams team principal James Vowles through Mercedes development, Ocon could be a viable option, potentially leading to a vacancy at Alpine. While Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda are contracted with Visa Cash App RB until the end of the year, a move for Ricciardo might contradict his stance on returning to the Red Bull sister team. However, his teammate Tsunoda may see the value in moving to Williams. Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu face crucial seasons at Stake F1, and with the looming Audi project, Williams could be a fallback option for both. The same applies to Haas drivers Kevin Magnussen and Nico Hülkenberg, albeit for different reasons. If Albon were to switch teams, it would set off a significant chain reaction as teams rush to fill the vacancies. For those on the sidelines, it's a matter of waiting for the first domino to fall, if it falls at all. Ricciardo and Tsunoda for AlphaTauri confirmed their 2024 Formula One lineup ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix, securing Yuki Tsunoda's place for another season and announcing Daniel Ricciardo's full-season return. With this announcement, only one spot remains open for the 2024 grid at Williams. Tsunoda, set to enter his 4th season with the team, expressed gratitude for Red Bull and Honda's continued support. Ricciardo, fulfilling his dream of returning to the senior Red Bull team in 2025, is enthusiastic about the team's progress and the upcoming season. Ricciardo, who rejoined AlphaTauri after Nick de Vries was removed 10 races into his rookie season, suffered a hand injury in a crash during the Dutch Grand Prix. While still recovering, he looks forward to returning for at least the Qatar Grand Prix in 2 weeks. Both drivers expressed eagerness to collaborate and push for further progress, highlighting the positive direction of the team. At the Suzuka circuit on Friday, AlphaTauri engineer Jonathan Edels mentioned that Daniel Ricciardo's return to racing is still a while away, with the next race scheduled for October 22nd in the United States. Meanwhile, Red Bull Junior driver Liam Lawson has impressed in Ricciardo's absence, securing points in Singapore, the team's best result this season. Yuki Tsunoda, currently 17th in the Drivers' Championship with 3 points, has faced challenges in recent races. He retired early in both the Italian and Singapore Grand Prix due to different incidents. AlphaTauri CEO Peter Bayer praised both Ricciardo and Tsunoda for their contributions and highlighted Lawson's promising start in Formula One. Despite their struggles, AlphaTauri aims to groom young talents for the future. As of now, AlphaTauri sits at the bottom of the Constructors' Championship with 5 points, trailing Alfa Romeo and Haas. The team will change next season, including a new name and closer collaboration with Red Bull, with Laurent Mekies set to become the team principal. The only remaining vacancy on the 2024 grid is at Williams, where it's uncertain if Logan Sargent will continue as Alex Albon's teammate. So, what do you think of the Red Bull lineup for 2024? Comment below and subscribe for more.